So I want to talk about last night's special election here in Tennessee. I know there's a lot of people out there who are disappointed at the results, but I'm here to tell you why that you shouldn't be. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but first I want to start off this video by thanking Aftyn Behn for running one hell of a campaign and starting a movement here in Tennessee. She went out there, she connected with the people, she talked about the issues that people are dealing with in Tennessee and around this country, and she absolutely started a movement, and she laid a blueprint for Democrats to come. What she proved last night was pretty much the same thing that Mom Donnie proved in New York, which is you can lean into those progressive values. You don't have to shy away from those. There's a lot of people today say, well, if a centrist Democrat had won, they could have won that. That's laughable. If you're one of those people saying that, we're laughing out loud at that, because what got people excited is we had someone who was going to bat for the issues that we've been screaming about for years, and we didn't want a centrist. We didn't want your typical run-of-the-mill Democrat. We wanted change. We wanted something fresh. We wanted ideas to be expressed the way that Aftyn expressed them. So what she ended up doing last night was absolutely starting a movement. And she talked about that in the speech after it was all over. And this speech is one of the best I've seen. Take a look.
This isn't the end of our story. It's not even close. Because what we have built here in this district, this grassroots movement, is part of something bigger that is happening across the South and is happening across this country. Because we are tired of people outside of this state telling us that the South is backwards, that it's hopeless, and it's destined to be ruled by the same powerful people again and again. The South is not silent because the South has something to say. At Tennessee, we are leading the way. We have inspired an entire country. They are with us tonight, and they are so proud. They are so proud of what we were able to do. And we may not have won tonight, but we changed the story of what's possible here. And we're not done. Not by a long shot. So tomorrow, we keep fighting. Tomorrow, we keep building. Tomorrow, we keep organizing. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for believing in each other. And thank you for believing in a South that refuses to be quiet.
So yeah, there is a movement started here in Tennessee, and I couldn't be more proud of it, because so many times Tennessee gets written off as the place where things can't happen. And I know there may be people saying, well, how can you say that? She didn't win. Well, I want you to take a look at this picture. I want you to take a look at the gerrymandering that goes on here in Tennessee. This is the type of thing that Aftyn Behn was up against. And in the last election, Donald Trump carried that district by 22 points. Matt Van Epps only won by 8 points, meaning that Aftyn Behn swung that blood-red gerrymandered district 14 points to the left. So that is absolutely huge, folks, and that absolutely sends a warning signal to Republicans, because think about Republican districts where they only won by single digits. Think about those, and think about how those people have to be feeling today, knowing, hey, our ass is on the line next. So Aftyn Behn did us all a really huge favor, and the momentum really is still on our side. We didn't lose the momentum. We didn't get the result we wanted. We didn't get it in Congress, but the momentum is still there. And I promise you, you're going to see Republicans resign. You're going to see Republicans say, we're not going to be running next year. I promise you, Mike Johnson is sweating right now. Republicans are sweating. You know, Donald Trump lives in his little bubble. He lives in his little echo chamber. He sits and watches Fox News. He sits and watches Newsmax. He sits and peddles QAnon conspiracy theories, and they all speak very highly of him, and he thinks that the world loves him. But the Republicans live in the real world, and they have to look around and go, you know what? I'm hearing from my constituents. I'm seeing the numbers not go in my favor. And any Republican out there who was sitting in a district where they only won by single digits the last time, they're looking at this 14-point swing, and they're pretty scared. So to any Democrat out there who is feeling down and out today, don't. I understand you might not have got the full result that you wanted, but don't be down and out, because Aftyn Behn is still fighting for people in Tennessee. She always will be. She said that she won't rule out running again. So, she's not going anywhere. She's going to continue to fight. She's going to continue to be part of this movement that started. And if you're a Republican and you're out there celebrating today and you're flexing, There's really not a whole lot to flex about. We're going to remind you of that in the midterms. I'm going to come back, I'm going to sit here in this chair, and I'm going to make a video talking about the midterms, and I'm going to say, remember when y'all got excited over Matt Van Epps winning in Tennessee? Well, this is why this many people lost. This is why this many people resigned. This is why this many people went home. To the people who are excited about Matt Van Epps winning, you're excited that you got someone else who will be loyal to Trump. We wanted someone that would be loyal to the people of Tennessee. That's why people were behind Aftyn Behn. And all they wanted was someone who would be loyal to Donald Trump, and they got that. So if that's what you were looking for, I mean, if you just wanted somebody who would go to Washington to go to bat for Donald Trump and be a yes man for him, then you got what you wanted. But you didn't get affordability. You didn't get cheaper eggs. You didn't get all the things that you complained about. And it's funny to me that you're out here going to boycott Costco because they don't like these tariffs. They want to be able to sell you goods at a cheaper price, but you're going to boycott them to show your loyalty to Donald Trump. It's absolutely laughable. And the more that this president does going forward, the bigger this movement is going to grow. See, Donald Trump likes to say that when Republicans lose, it's because he wasn't on the ballot. What he fails to realize is he's always on the ballot. And what he fails to realize is he was on the ballot last night in a blood red district in Tennessee that we shouldn't even have been talking about. I want to make this point. Let's be realistic here. I believe in being real with my audience. If we had have had a more moderate, middle-of-the-road Republican president, if this had been like a Mitt Romney, John McCain, hell, I'll even say a George W. Bush style of Republican, if that's who was president and we were just living through some pretty, simple, boring times, then you would have never even heard about that election in Tennessee. It would have never made it to national news. It would have never been something that everyone was talking about. That president wouldn't have had to call into tele-rallies and screamed into a microphone. It wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't have even heard about it because that's how blood red that district is, and that's how pretty much hopeless that it's always been. No one would have even tuned into it. We wouldn't have even realized it happened. The only people that would have knew would have been the few people in District 7 that felt like getting up and trying to go vote that day. It's because of Donald Trump, and it's because of this fascism, it's because of this authoritarian regime that we're up against, and it's also because he ran on affordability, which he now says is a Democratic hoax. He ran on bringing the cost down, he ran on all those things, and then he didn't deliver on it. And the big bullshit bill is not going to deliver on it. The rich are going to get richer, and Matt Van Epps will be there to help them do that. The poor is going to get poorer, and the working class is going to struggle even harder. And Aftyn Behn will still be out there fighting for those people. And we will still come back and fight the next go-around. So I was watching a live with Justin from the Tennessee Holler, who I love and respect, and he said something in it that I really liked. He said, elections are not destinations, they're checkpoints. And that's the way that we need to look at this. Last night was a checkpoint. We saw where we're at. And where we're at is in a blood red district in Tennessee, the last place that it should have ever happened. It was that close. It should not have been that close. It should have been an absolute easy layup for any Republican, but it wasn't. It was a close nail biter, right down to the wire. And it was because of Donald Trump and this radical agenda. And his radical agenda is only going to get worse. Do you see it getting better? I started to say, do you see it getting better by next year at the midterms? Hell, do you see it getting better next week? It's going to continue to snowball and get worse. And as it continues to snowball and get worse, more and more people are going to speak out. Always remember, I know it seems hopeless, especially when I show you a picture of a gerrymandered map that way. I know it seems hopeless, but you have the power. You're the one that has it. You can talk about these politicians and their corporate money all day long, but the power lies in your hands, and you have to get out and you have to get active and you have to speak out. And anyone out there that says, well, I don't like talking politics, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to learn how, because you're talking politics every day whether you realize it or not. You're involved in it every day whether you realize it or not. You can sit back if you want to, and you can do one of two things. This is what I always say. You can sit and fight culture wars if you want to. You can boycott Costco for trying to bring the prices down for you if that's what you want to do. You can get on social media and you can show your loyalty to Donald Trump. Or you can show your loyalty to your neighbors, to your family, to your friends who are struggling. And you can stand with them and speak up. This ain't about Democrat and Republican. This is about right and wrong, and this is about standing up for working people. And this is about standing up for people and what they need in this world. And it's not about giving people handouts. It's just about making sure that everyone has a more fair hand to play in this world. So to Aftyn Behn, I say thank you, and to the people of Tennessee, do not let this one get you down. We started a movement here in Tennessee, and it's going to grow, and it's going to inspire people around this country. And trust me, wherever a Republican is sitting, where they only won by single digits last time, those people are sweating. And let's make them sweat even harder. And I'll be back here in the midterms to remind everybody of why I said you shouldn't be down about this one.